Peace and love, family. It's your girl, Sixthegoddis. And keep in mind, I'm a goddess and I'm sensitive about my shift. I hope you all are doing well. I am doing amazing. I saw this clip on TikTok and I thought that this was so profound. This brother did a skit kind of depicting what is very common and what men go through in relationships. I see women joke all the time about abusing the man they're in a relationship with, and they think it's funny and it's cute. And I was really happy to see this brother depict this so matter of fact and in a great form of art to kind of open up the conversation about where so many women are going wrong in relationships. And, this is why your man miserable and this is why he's cheating. So let's go ahead and we're going to look at that and break that down. Now, as I'm pulling this up, before I do that, but ladies, for a second, okay, I have an all women's Patreon. Why are you not in it? Girl, what are you doing? You're sitting over there. You're mean and ugly. You're the victim all the time. Aren't you tired? Aren't you ready to step your game up? Okay, I have a great Patreon, again, for ladies only. And it is a great community of women, that are like-minded, solution-oriented, not a bunch of complainers and victims, trauma bonding. I get ready for all my recorded content and live content in the Patreon. I do not gatekeep, okay? Whatever, products, application, makeup, hair, I show it all, honey. I do not withhold. I spill the tea. All right. And while I'm doing that, we have Great Girl talk about different subjects in regards to, womanhood, sisterhood, all that good stuff. It's a great community of women, all walks of life. We have a Discord, we have movie nights. I do exclusive content there. We have get-togethers. We truly have a great time. If you have not tapped in with me there, what are you doing? Most of my content is behind the wall, paid private content at this point. So come tap in with your big sis. Come get some of this good content. And I also have a second Patreon that is for everyone, for the ladies, for the fellas. And it's a once a week live show called 6 at 6, where I kind of give my perspective and my thoughts on different, content, viral topics, different, stuff like that. And you can tap in with me every Wednesday at 6 p.m. for the show. I will put the link for both Patreons in description for y'all. Now, the glasses are going on, okay? The glasses are going on. Y'all know what that means, all right? When the glasses go on, I mean business, okay? That's how you know. Also, if and when y'all hear my dog, by now, y'all should already be up on game on how my dog is, okay? If y'all hear snores and farts, it's not me. It is my dog, okay? If you have a Frenchie, you know the Frenchie struggle. All right, I probably need to make this a little bit bigger. And I'm going to play this and we're going to discuss.
Look at y'all. So cute. What are you going to tell her? We're at a good place right now. I do not want to start anything that's going to ruin her mood. But it's okay for her to do that to you, right? No. It's not okay. Do you think that this is a healthy relationship? It is when she's not upset. Okay. You think it's normal?
He says, I'm going to just kind of give my thoughts as we go. It's very profound there as he says, do you think this is a healthy relationship? It is, as long as she's not mad. I cannot tell you how many times I see women thinking it's so funny, making these jokes like, oh, when I have an attitude, but all he needed to do was give me something to eat, and dick me down and make me be his baby. And then I was okay again. That's cute in dating, which kind of explains why so many women, date a guy for 2-3 months max, and then he kind of falls back, because that is very exhausting long term. Okay. And in order to really understand why this is problematic, because this is so common, we kind of have to flip it and say, okay, if it was a woman saying this about a man, what would we think and how would it look? So if it's a woman in a relationship with a man and it's like, things are good as long as I do whatever he says and as long as he's not mad, we would immediately be able to correlate, oh, he's abusive. Okay. Y'all would be sitting around, oh no, girl, you need to leave. It couldn't be me. So I want to pay attention I want y'all to pay attention at how this goes both ways. This man is saying, oh, the relationship is healthy as long as I don't make her mad. And what I've seen, the biggest difference in why men tend to tiptoe in relationships more than women is because of the need for intercourse. So if the man is more likely to kind of be like, all right, let me just tiptoe around here. Let me not say anything because I know if I don't, she's not going to give me none. Whereas women don't do that. Okay. Women, she'll get an attitude, cuss you out, abuse you, be rude to you, and then still tap you on the shoulder at the end of the night. And the guy is going to oblige most of the time, unfortunately, which is why they keep doing it. So I want you to pay attention to what he said there. That's very important. Is the relationship is healthy as long as she's not mad, which means the relationship is indeed not healthy. Let's continue.
I don't think so. No. I just thought you would have been said something by now. Just because of the amount of times where you couldn't sleep because you were upset. All the moments where you had to go to your friends about the situations, and even the moments where you couldn't even finish your work because it was just attacking your mind. I just feel the need to get over it as a man because I don't want to display too many emotions.
Now, that is problematic right now. I've talked about this before about, a woman's companionship with a man. And a lot of times when we use the term, oh, build with a man, build with a man. Now, in my philosophy, a woman does not roll up her sleeves and get her hands dirty and build with a man. What she does is she makes it easier for a man to build himself. So many women are in their controlling energy and they want to control every element of your life together. Whereas if you spent that energy instead focusing on the man, you take care of him, he takes care of the unit. Too many women, they skip over the man and they want to be in control of A, B, C, X, Y, Z, and then they get exhausted, they get burnt out. Now we got to hear about how being a wife is slavery. You're doing it all wrong. The more you care and pour into the men accomplish amazing things when they wake up in the morning and their only responsibility is to go build, go get the money, go get resources. Okay, so that's why a lot of women be exhausted. You pour into the man and he pours into you, and pours into the entire family. He pours into the well-being of the unit. And this is an example of that. Okay, you have some fellows that be like, I'm trying to, what they think is, oh, I'm trying to get my money up. Like, I ain't trying to, get married. I'm not trying to get into a relationship until I get my money up. The translation is the woman, a lot of times, is a distraction because, like in this skit or in this reenactment here, she doesn't have the emotional capacity to self-soothe, take care of herself, and handle things with maturity. So a lot of times, ain't nothing worse than arguing with somebody and you at work. Okay. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. When you at work and you going through a breakup and arguing and somebody on your phone doing all that, oh, it's the worst. So a lot of men, they don't understand. Your issue is not that you can't be with a woman while you're getting to the money. You can't be with a woman while you build. The issue is the woman is getting in the way of you building. Okay. It's not about like literally, building with a man. It's about not hindering him from building, making it easier for him to build, supporting him while he builds. And this is what it looks like a lot of times. The man is just like, you know what? I don't even want to deal with it because I don't have the mental capacity to deal with it. On top of that, you add in the factor that so many men are taught just that. Be stoic. You shouldn't have any emotions. It's super weird that talking point is regurgitated a lot. It's not that a man should not have the emotions. The man just needs to be taught how to digest them, how to express them, how to deal with them. But the issue we have is when we say, oh, a man, you shouldn't feel no emotion. You shouldn't have no emotions. Nobody talks them through how to process the emotions they feel. You're a human being. You're going to have the emotions. Okay. And this is how a lot of men, you end up sitting there. It all ends up getting built up and built up and built up. Before you know it, you just exploding, or you ready to go, or you go cheat. Like I said, this is the real reason why a lot of men cheat. And all the women think cheating is about, intercourse and all that for them. Child, a lot of times this is the reason why. You're such a heavy emotional burden half of the time. Stop that. You're such a heavy emotional burden that half the time he'll just go, roll around with somebody else because it's just a lot less emotionally draining. What are you doing, dude? All right, let's continue. What you doing? You doing that?
You're human. Your feelings aren't validated like hers. They are. You've seen this happen plenty of times where people came to you about their relationship issues, and you gave them some of the best advice, but I just wish you took some for yourself. I still love her at the end of the day. Nope, nope. You love the version of her that's not upset. I just want to watch TV, man. You just want to watch TV. Okay. All right. You gonna enjoy it though? What I'm looking at right now isn't healthy, no matter what version of her is showing. But listen, man, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know this is a moment that you don't get too often, so I'm gonna just leave you be.
Boy, some of y'all Negroes watching this right now, sitting next to your bitch, sitting there looking uncomfortable. You over there looking like giving very much uncomfortable Fox vibes. A lot of y'all like this because there's so many of y'all. There's so many of y'all. And y'all don't say anything because it's so many basic bitches in the world. Almost every bitch do this. So I kind of understand why some do just kind of deal with it, because it's like, man, all these babies do this. Most women also are not taught how to process their emotions either, contrary to popular belief. All these girls out here thinking that they're emotionally intelligent when they're really emotionally draining. Honey, you got emotions behind everything. Okay. It's exhausting. Notice how he's like, man, I just want to watch TV. Okay. This is the problem too many times. The fellas, you sit there and you don't say nothing because in your mind, listen, I'm just trying to have a second of peace. I'm just trying to have a moment of peace. So I'm just going to let myself continue to sit here and be used. Okay. And you don't say anything. And this is how it continues. And before you know it, the days turn into weeks, turn into months, turn into years. A simple, I ain't gonna say anything because we're trying to have a good dinner tonight. Then the next day is, I ain't trying to say anything because I'm trying to have a good movie night tonight. Then the next day, I ain't gonna say anything because I'm trying to get some tonight. This is how so many men, you end up in these cycles over and over. And for a lot of fellas, you would be surprised what happened if you put your foot down. Sometimes the woman is subconsciously treating you this way and making you walk on eggshells as a form of resentment. She's kind of resenting you, like, what? Stand up. You sitting over here tiptoeing around me. It's kind of resentful because subconsciously she feels like, oh, you over here tiptoeing around me because you're just trying to get some at the end of the night. Look at you. You over here tiptoeing around me because you just scared to be on child support, or you're just scared I'll take half, or whatever it is. And when a woman knows that there is fear behind you tiptoeing, okay, not to be confused with picking and choosing your battles in a relationship, because everybody have to do that, men and women. You can't fight every battle in a relationship. That's also very draining. But what I'm saying is, a lot of times while you're tiptoeing and running away from very obvious issues that need to be solved, okay, and when you tiptoe around it subconsciously, the woman is kind of resenting you because she knows deep down inside that there's a reason why you're ignoring blatant disrespect, blatant issues, blatant abuse. So for all those guys who you might be afraid to step your game up and be like, listen, sweetie, you need to get some control of your emotions. It cannot be that the minute you feel a way about anything, you got an attitude, you talking crazy, you can't mind your mouth, you can't mind your attitude. I'm not going to keep sitting here being your emotional support animal. You need to get yourself together and learn how to digest your emotions more than just because I'm the one closest to you that I have to bear the grunt of all your problems. You would be surprised how many times, while you're so afraid that she'll only get more mad or punish you more or withhold things from you more, you will be pleasantly surprised how many times it might actually be the opposite effect. And she might subconsciously be thinking to herself, finally, you stood up. Okay. At the end of the day, it's not natural for a woman to be attracted to a man where she has more power than him. Okay. The women out here, they leave y'all. Let you be abusive like that. And she got to tiptoe around you because you blow up every time you get upset. And she got to tiptoe around you because the minute you get mad, you knock everything over and everybody got to kiss your butt to live in peace with you. She'll be on the first podcast talking about, I had to choose myself. Because it's all about self-love. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing the way I didn't feel safe, You know what I'm saying? And so I had to realize I gotta choose me. At the end of the day, like she'll be on a podcast so quick, throw you under the bus, like it was all your fault. Okay. So that fear that you're feeling, my brother, you gotta get over that fear. All right. That fear that keeps you enduring stuff like that, honey, you must get over it. All right. So I love that he said that, man. I just want to watch TV. That I just want to watch TV before you know it turned into 5, 10, 15 years of you with your dick between your asshole. Tucked. Weak. Okay. Let's finish this. Let's finish the rest of this. Hold on.
I just hope that you don't blow up at the wrong time because she really has something to blame you for.
Look how she's just sitting there. Not a care in the world. This is how it is for so many women. So many women, especially married women, are this way. Your nigga's over there low-key hating life, contemplating jumping off a bridge, and she's sitting over there bragging to everybody about how long you stayed around to deal with the abuse. This is so common. That's why I like this skit. I said, man, it is very underrated at how much of an issue this is. Again, this is a skit. I'm not speaking, on this girl seriously, but this is funny to me how she looking like completely oblivious, like la 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 la. And then this is the girl who will also sit on the podcast and drag you talking about, oh yeah, girl, he was cheating. Yeah, he was stepping out. Yeah, I just couldn't figure it out. And then one day I just found out that yeah, he just had someone else. Like, I totally don't understand what happened because so many women are clueless and oblivious. I don't know how many times I keep trying to tell brothers, like these girls, they really think that just because you're there, that you're enjoying being there. A lot of women don't even have a clue that they ain't shit with you because you just sit there and adore it, trying to quote unquote keep the peace. You keeping the peace, but you're losing your manhood. It ain't worth it. Sometimes you got to make pros and cons, and the cons outweighing the pros with you sitting there during abuse and dealing with the BS in order to quote unquote keep peace and be able to just watch a movie. But this is so real. This is how many women are. You in a relationship right now, girl, your man is miserable. He feels unheard, unseen. He tiptoeing, can't even be himself. And you sit over there like, I am completely clueless. I think everything's fine. I'm going to make more TikToks about the abuse and how funny it is. And oh my God, when I just had a massive attitude and knocked everything over and destroyed his entire day and morale, but all I needed was some pee and a Starbucks run. Ha ha ha. Oh my God. And then we'll have to hear the story about, I don't know, girl, he kept cheating. And then I didn't know, he just left. And I don't know why. How could he do that? He was so wrong. Because that's the other problem. The other problem is a lot of men, y'all scared of being wrong. You scared of being looked at as wrong. You are terrified for people to look at you as a bad guy. Okay, you so scared for someone to look at you as the bad guy that you're just bad to yourself. You just allow yourself to be used, abused, and everything else because you over there shaking in your boots like, oh, I don't want everyone to look at me as the bad guy. You need to be worried about looking like the bad guy to your damn self. Okay, you so worried about I don't want to look like the bad guy to everyone else, sir. You're looking like the bad guy to you. Okay. There are many relationships right now, as we speak, that only exist and only thrive because the man eats. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. And I'm saying this as someone who has counseled many relationships and has seen it all at this point, child. Okay. I ain't gonna hold y'all. This is a good like 60 to 70% of dudes in relationships right now. Okay. And I'm talking about, marriage, like real relationships. Boyfriend and girlfriend is not a real relationship. But this is majority of guys, and they don't know how to get out this cycle. So I'm going to tell y'all right now how to get out this cycle. Rip the Band-Aid off. There's no easy way. Look at y'all. Y'all so weak and scared. Like, I didn't want to be the bad guy. I didn't want everyone to think I'm mean. Oh, please. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Listen, to be a man means being the bad guy, means being mean sometimes, and means hurting feelings sometimes. Okay, if you're scared of that, please get that indoctrination out your head that your mama and your grandma got you trained to mind your mouth, and that's how it starts. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It starts because half of y'all mamas wasn't shit, nor was your grandma. Okay, they was dead wrong half the time, and you could never say anything because if you said something, they would cry and say, "What about all like that for you? I brought you into the world." So they got you trained like that. To be honest, heal from them traumas from your ancient mama. Okay, that's what you need to do. Heal from the traumas from your grandma who wants shit. I know that from a wee lad, you have been trained to eat shit, be quiet, and endure abuse in order to make the women in your life feel better. But I'm telling you right now, there's no gradual, easy way to stand back up as a man and break free from that spell. So many of y'all are stuck in that spell, like I said, because your mama got you trained like this, and it's very hard as a grown adult to kind of break out of that. And y'all are in this trance that says, I have to eat shit, I have to take stuff. I can't expect any type of reciprocal respect, reciprocal communication with women, because every time you go to do that with your woman, you have a flashback to them time where your mama was dead wrong, but she acted like you was the worst person in the world and acted a fool when you even remotely brought it up. So if you're a man in a situation like this, honey, rip the Band-Aid off. There ain't no easy way of going about it. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, there's no easy way. There's no gradual way. There's no painless way. You have to just literally get to that place where you're like, listen, I'm tired of every time you get mad, every time you feel away, I got to walk on eggshells. I have to eat. I can't even say, I have to sit there. And that's how it happened when he said, I just hope you don't blow up one day. And that's how it will happen. And that's the irony in it. You avoiding these conversations, you being afraid to stand up as a man and redirect the energy. Listen, you're the man, you're the leader. This is what following the man's lead really looks like. It's so much more than just do what I say. Be some, man, there's so much more to that. Being a leader as a man means showing a woman, no. This is how we're going to resolve conflict. No. This is how we're going to conduct ourselves when we're upset. Let me show you. Okay. And if you're trying to show her the way of having respectful communication, talking things out like grown adults, and she still resorts to childish, basic tactics, period. Some of y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you, there is no advice on how you stop this in your relationship. For many of y'all, you guys get a new bitch. It's too late. I'm sorry. It's too late. You have waited too long to have a real backbone in a relationship. And at this point, honey, you're not going to be able to undo it. She's already trained to not look at you in that way. So your best bet, sir, leave her and get a new one. Especially mostly saying if you don't have any children, and definitely if you're not married to her, leave as fast as you can. Okay. Don't be so worried about trying to get some and worried about being alone to where you stay around. Sir, get out of there. I'm telling you, it don't get no better. But for men where you feel like your woman may potentially be receptive, when you have women respond best to black and white. Women do not respond well to gray areas. Women resent spaces where they're given gray areas. Okay. Women have always thrived best in very clear black, white rules, boundaries, and expectations. So if you're a brother in that situation, rip the Band-Aid off, and you got to just stand up one day and be like, listen, this ain't how it's going to work. And a lot of y'all, I know you're breaking generational trauma from your mama, but you're going to have that moment where it's like, once you stand up and you just say what need to be said the same way, that they ain't got no problem telling y'all what they thinking and how they feeling, you're gonna have this moment like, oh, you're gonna think a lightning bolt about to strike you, because from a wee lad, you've been taught that you can't be honest with it. So you're gonna have a moment where you're gonna feel like, oh my God, I just stood up, and you're gonna kind of be like, oh, and you're gonna have a moment where it's like, I'm still here. I didn't die. Oh my God. I just want to bitch how I feel. Instead of eating, she didn't take an abuse, and oh my God, I'm still here. I survived. And, depending on how she responds to that, her response, if she is a grown woman and mentally stable, her response should be something along the line of, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Feeling bad, like, wow, I didn't realize that you didn't feel hurt in that way. I didn't realize you were holding this in. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, my baby, my man. If her response is anything outside of that, I'm not with y'all, throw her away. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. That means she ain't never gonna get it. It's never gonna happen. And you fucked up. You did not establish, this two-way street from jump. Okay, it's very hard to retrain. I hate to say that, but retrain a woman once you've begun to allow certain things, because you are the leader. And when you condone and allow this, child, listen, it just spirals from there. All right. All the men stuck in relationships where your whole relationship is you just tiptoeing not to make her mad, y'all, let's all just say a prayer for them. Okay, everybody, when you get off the stream, just say a prayer. Free all my brothers that are in slave relationships like this, where your entire existence and peace rests on you shutting up and eating shit. Pray for them brothers. Okay, they are not okay. They are not doing well. Shout out to this brother. Let me see if his name is on here. Shout out to this brother, Amari. Is this him? Amari Usher? Is this the brother, or is someone reposted? I think this is him. Oh, he from Miami, Florida in the house. Hey, shout out to this good brother, Amari Usher. I think that this art and this content is great. I think more brothers need to be doing content like this to bring awareness to what has just been too common for y'all to deal with, thinking it's normal in relationships. Okay. Y'all, give me your thoughts in the comments here. I want to hear what you have to say about this. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all on the next one.